In this week's Parsha, Parshas Yitro, we have the revelation at Mount Sinai and the giving of the Aseret Dibros, of the Ten Commandments. We read it again in Devarim and again on Shavuos. The Medrash states, Amar B'Chanina bar Papa, Nir Lehem HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Panim Zeufos, Panim Beinonis, Panim Mesviros, Panim Shchokos, that God appeared to the Jewish people in many different ways, with a harsh face, with a kind face, in all these different faces. Amar Lehem HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and God said to them, even though you see me in all these different ways, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, nevertheless, I am the Lord your God. I am one. That's how the Aseret Dibros begins. That's how the Ten Commandments begins. I am the Lord your God. Why does God have to say that? Because the Jewish people perceive of God in different ways. Rabbi Levi said it was like a totem pole on which there are different faces facing in each direction. Everybody looks at it. 1,000 people might look at this totem pole, and it looks back out at them. And they will see something different. Each person who sees a different angle sees something different. There's a large elephant in the middle of the room. Every person sees something different because they're looking from a different angle. It doesn't mean that there's more than one elephant. Hashem is not a being. Hashem is infinite. And so we cannot really know God, but we perceive God. And our conception of God, our perception of God, these are going to be unique to each of us because what we really see is through our own eyes. We don't see God as God is. And each of us is different, so our perception is going to be different. I think we can learn from this something very profound. Not only does it make us tolerant of other people, I think it also makes us tolerant of other religious approaches. I often say, if there is one God, then we are all worshiping the same God, whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew. And it's okay if we see Judaism as true. It's okay if we see Judaism as more important, more central to us than other things. It should be that way. A rabbi once said that there's no contradiction between the fact that intellectually I know my children are no more valuable than every other child in the world. But I'm willing to die for them, and I'm not willing to die for others. There's something at the same time profound and special. And that's not false. That's true. And so the idea that God is manifest, God is God. There's only one God, and yet God is manifest to each of us in different ways, I think creates for us a sense of tolerance about how others see God, how other religions see God, and that there are many paths to the divine because there is only one God. There are many keys to the kingdom in this sense. Maybe this is part of what the Gemara means, that you don't have to be Jewish to have a share in the world to come. You have to be moral, and you have to connect to God. But we are each going to do that in different ways. Nobody has ownership over the divine. The divine is infinite. This is important to remember. Shabbat Shalom.